Okay, let's go. Today's topic: trucking companies near me, finding the best carriers and essential gear for new truck drivers. They say most recruiters are selling you a dream of high pay and unlimited home time that vanishes the moment you put out of the terminal. You've likely felt the sting of vague pay scales that hide deductions, or the fear of being assigned a beat up rig that won't pass a level 1 inspection. It's exhausting to navigate these misleading promises, especially when the industry is short 175,000 drivers and you know your worth. You deserve to carry that you deserve a carrier that respects your time and provides modern equipment that doesn't leave you stranded on the shoulder. I'm here to help you cut through the noise to find top tier carriers and the essential gear for new truck drivers to succeed in 2026. Whether you're looking for a new Class 8 sleeper or trying to maximize your CPM, having the right information is the best defense. We'll explore how to find carriers with strong freight density in your region. We'll also break down the professional gear kit you need to stay compliant with the latest FMCSA electronic documentation rules. Let's get you prepared for the road ahead with the grit and transparency this job demands. Okay, today's key takeaways: redefine your search for trucking companies near me by focusing on a carrier-specific hiring radius and regional freight density rather than just physical terminal locations. Master the art of vetting potential employers by digging into CSA scores on the FMCSA portal and unmasking hidden pay structures like detention and layover pay. Leverage specialized digital resources and industry platforms to identify carriers actively moving freight in your preferred lanes before committing to a contract. Secure your career from day one by assembling a professional kit of essential gear for new truck drivers that meets the strict 2026 safety and compliance standards. Protect your safety and cargo, protect your safety and your cargo by investing in professional grade procurement equipment from MIT Products to ensure you're ready for any load. Okay. Today's table of contents. Beyond the search bar, trucking companies near me really means. Okay. Fleet profiles, choosing between OTR, regional, and dedicated routes. The driver's scorecard, how to vet a carrier and their equipment. Modern job hunting, using digital tools to find the best carrier. Okay, ready for day one. Essential gear for new truck drivers. Okay, the first subject from the table of contents are going to be talking about beyond the search bar, what trucking companies near me really means. Let's get into it. Okay, say most search results for trucking companies near me are just automated directories that point you toward a physical office address. But that isn't how the road works. In the world of a professional truck driver near me isn't about where the corporate headquarters sits. It's about the carrier hiring area. This is the specific geographic radius where a company can actually get you home for your reset. A national carrier with a terminal 300 miles away might actually be closer than a local warehouse if they have a drop lot just down the road from your house. Your actual work-life balance depends on regional hubs and freight lanes rather than fancy office buildings. If a carrier has a massive freight presence in your state, they can swap loads or find a backhaul that puts you in your own driveway for the weekend. Before you sign on the dotted line, you need to know if they have a density to keep you moving. You'll also need to start thinking about your setup. Having the essential gear for new truck drivers ready to go ensures you aren't scrambling when that first dispatch comes through. Being prepared is the only way to protect your livelihood in this fast-paced industry. Excuse me. To better understand how to prepare for your first week on the road, watch this helpful video. Okay, now I'm not going to play this video. So what you can do when you go back to my blog or website rather, and you read this article for yourself, then you can play that video. Okay, the myth of the local office. Okay, corporate headquarters locations rarely dictate where you actually spend your time or how often you see your family. Many of the biggest players in the game run out of small towns in the Midwest, but have hiring zones that cover the entire eastern seaboard. To find the truth, ignore the About Us page and look for carrier recruitment maps. These maps show you the difference between home daily radius, which are usually within 50 miles of a terminal, and home weekly zones that can stretch hundreds of miles out. Don't get stuck with a carrier that considers near you to be a 6-hour commute after a 70-hour week. Okay, why freight density dictates your success. Freight density is the lifeblood of your paycheck. If a carrier doesn't have enough customers in your region, you'll find yourself sitting at truck stops waiting for a load that probably doesn't pay enough to cover your lunch. A hiring lane is the geographical corridor where a carrier consistently recruits and moves freight. You can use tools like 123 Load Board to see which companies are actually posting loads in your area. Seeking real-time data on 123 Load Board helps you verify recruiter claims about consistent miles before you commit. Once you pick the carrier with strong lanes, make sure your truck is stocked with essential gear for new truck drivers, including high-quality securement tools. Investing in professional equipment from MIT Products means you're prepared for whatever freight density throws your way. Whether you're hauling flatbed or driving gear from MIT Products, ensure you stay compliant and safe while you're chasing those miles. Okay, fleet profiles. Choosing between OTR, regional, and dedicated routes. Choosing a fleet type isn't just a career move. It's a lifestyle choice that determines how often you'll sleep in your own bed. In the 2026 market, the industry is grappling with a projected shortage of 175,000 drivers. When you think about the trucks that's on the highway now, and we are still short 175,000 drivers, man. Let me read it again. In the 2026 market, The industry is grappling with a projected shortage of 175,000 drivers, which gives you more leverage than ever to pick the route that fits your personal goals. So I get that shortage kind of help a little bit. In a way it do, but that's not always the solution or the fact or the facts. From my experience, I mean, freight still gets slow. You know, when that time of the year come, I don't care how short, I don't care what the shortage are when it comes to drivers or what the percentage is. When freight slow up, it slows up, no matter how many drivers you got out there. And when it picks up. Okay, you got to decide if you want the high mileage freedom of over the road, which is OTR work, or the predictable rhythm of a dedicated account. That's what I do now, dedicated. Each path requires a different mindset and a specific kit of essential gear for new truck drivers to stay safe and comfortable doing those long stretches away from home. Okay, the OTR lifestyle, miles and freedom. Been there, done that. OTR is the traditional path where you'll see the most of the country while turning the highest number of miles. Entry-level drivers in 2026 can expect to earn between $50,000 and $82,000 annually. And that varies too, because you could make way more than that, or you could make way less. I don't think, even though you could make more or less, I don't think it don't go way down, you know, below 50,000. Even if it drop a little bit, but that just varies depending on the time of the year, the demand, you know, for the freight or whatever the case. By hitting the top end of that bracket requires staying out for 21 days or more at a stretch. And that's one thing. When I first started driving trucks, we used to do that, but nowadays you don't, because I run across drivers all the time that's still OTR, and I do dedicated, and I make way more running dedicated than they do staying out 21 days, and I'm home every weekend and through the week too, depending on, you know, if I run this lane on Interstate 20 through Louisiana. But yeah, them 21 days, a whole lot of guys still do it, but you ain't really gotta do that. So depending on what company you with, the type of freight they hauling, like I said, you can make way more, like I do, than them guys that stand out there all month for a whole month. Okay, this lifestyle effectively makes your truck your home. Yep, you stay after 21 days, that is your home. So don't skimp on the basics. Since eating at truck stops can cost you between $5,000 and $8,000 a year, that's a whole lot of eating. Bringing a 12-volt bringing a 12-volt fridge and a portable stove is a smart move for your wallet. Not me, because I'm not gonna be out there like that. I come home to my own stove and refrigerator. I mean, I don't knock the guy that's doing it and want to do it, but not me. You want to take all that. This setup is part of the essential gear for new truck drivers who want to maximize their take-home pay while maintaining their health on the road. Like I said, if that's what you want to do, knock yourself out. Dedicated and regional, the middle ground. The only thing about a dedicated route, it's more of a demanding position, because on dedicated routes they have like so many trucks on that route, and they are depending on you to be there. That's what I would say, you know, the only downside I see to it. But even with that, you can, like, if you got to take off, you can still take off, or whatever the case. I mean, being that there's so many trucks on that account, if one truck is down for that day, that kind of like throws the load, because they have so many loads. That's why they call it dedicated. Well, that's one reason why they call it dedicated. But the main reason why it's called dedicated, because you go to the same customers all the time. You go to the same places all the time. You dedicate to those same places. But like I was saying, when one truck go down, it kind of messed the rotation up. Not bad, but you know, it will kind of bother it a little bit. Let me start from the beginning. It's a regional and dedicated routes off a middle ground that many veterans prefer for better work-life balance. Dedicated accounts often involve hauling for a single customer. Like I just said, you dedicated to a single customer. You go to the same place all the time, which leads to consistent routes and familiar docks. Yep, you're at the same place all the time. It's usually the best setup for drivers with families, but don't blindly trust a recruiter's home weekly promise. Use 123 logo board to research which carriers actually dominate specific region lanes in your area. If you see a company frequently moving freight on 123 logo board, it's a strong sign that it's a strong sign they have the density to keep you busy without sending you thousands of miles away from your home terminal. That's so true. Safety remains the top priority regardless of which fleet type you choose. You should regularly study the Wisconsin Commercial Driver's Manual to stay sharp on safety standards and inspection protocols. If you're moving flatbed loads on a regional route, your securement gear is your lifeline. Make sure you're using professional grade straps and tarps from MIT Products. And you can find MIT Products on my site. You scroll back up, and one of those banners on the side, that's how you get to MIT Products. And across the top of the website, right there where it say tools and whatever it is, you can click on one of those, you know, topics, and it'll take you there. Okay, excuse me. See, like my throat always clogs up right before I try to go live. Okay, using reliable equipment from MIT Products not only keeps you compliant with FMCSA standards, but also ensures your cargo stays put through every turn. Finding the right fit takes a bit of digging, but the effort pays off in long-term career satisfaction. You can join our community of pros to get more insider tips on vetting carriers before you sign a contract. I highly recommend that. Always vet these companies. I mean, we have, you know, places where we can go now that'll give you the FMCSA site. It'll give you their CSA score. In other words, it'll tell you their reputation. Because a whole lot of these companies, they'll hire anybody, anytime, anywhere. Like I said earlier, we're 175,000 drivers short. And a whole lot of these companies, they just bring them on board. And that's why a whole lot of them have bad CSA scores. Because they hire these bad drivers. Okay, a driver scoreboard. A driver scorecard. How to vet a carrier and their equipment. A recruiter's job is to fill seats. Yep. But your job is to protect your CDL and your sanity. 100%. Don't let a shiny signing bonus distract you from the reality of the equipment you'll be operating. In 2026, a new Class 8 sleeper truck costs between $170,000 and $172,000. which includes that 15% tariff surcharge on imported parts. Because of these high costs, some carriers are pushing their older rigs further than they should. Yep, exactly. You need to know if you're being handed the key to a reliable machine for a rolling roadside violation before you ever pull out the yard. Being a professional means doing your homework before your first dispatch. Yep, or in a shop somewhere. I know drivers have got hired on with certain companies, go through the orientation, complete the orientation, get their truck, go out on the road and break down. No sooner they leave the yard. The FMCSA Safer Portal is your best friend when you're looking for the truth. I'm gonna read this again. The FMCSA Safer Portal is your best friend when you're looking for the truth. Every carrier has a public record, and you should be looking at their CSA scores like your life depends on it, because it does. And what a whole lot of them do, they'll give you a truck, you'll go out there and break down, and then the first time you break down, the first thing they want to say, well, did you do a pre-trip? Yeah, I did a pre-trip. But that don't mean this junk ain't gonna break down. You just gave me some junk. No sooner you leave the yard, the check engine light pop on. That shouldn't be happening. Okay, pay close attention to the vehicle out of service percentage. If a company's rate is significantly higher than the national average, oh yeah, it's a massive red flag that they prioritize profit over maintenance. Yep, they're all about the dollar and not concerned about the truck. You can use the DOT inspection level 1 checklist to perform your own walk around of their yard during your orientation. That's what I do every time. Like when I went with a company, I will always ask them while I'm in orientation, can I go out and look at the trucks? Could I crank them up? Can I walk around, look at it? You know, can I raise the hood? Stuff like that. A whole lot of time, they'll try to make up an excuse. Like, you know, we only have 10 minutes left before the class starts. You know, just stuff like that to keep you from going out there looking at those trucks. If the trailers have bald tires and frayed straps, move on to the next company. Part of your essential gear for new truck drivers should include a high quality tire pressure gauge and a sturdy flashlight to ensure you can catch these issues during your daily pre-trip inspection. Okay, the real pay rate, cents per mile, is a vanity metric. You can't pay your mortgage with a high CPM if you're sitting for 6 hours at a receiver for free. Right. Ask recruiters specific questions about detention pay, layover pay, and breakdown pay. In a market where the median annual wage for heavy truck drivers is $57,440, the difference between a good year and a great one often comes down to these hidden pay categories. A carrier that pays for every minute you're delayed shows they value your time. Beyond the paycheck, look at the equipment standards. If you're hauling flatbed, ask if they provide high quality securement, tools, or if you need to source your own. Many pros prefer to carry their own gear from MIT Products to ensure they have reliable straps and chains that won't fail under pressure. I'm gonna tell you something. MIT Products is some of the best, if not the best. Having your own kit from MIT Products is a smart move when the carrier's provided gear looks like it's seen better decades. A whole lot of drivers shop at MIT. That's where they get the equipment. This level of preparedness is what separates the professionals from the steering wheel holders. Your essential gear for new truck drivers kit isn't complete without tools you can trust. And MATI Products offers the durability needed for the long haul. Okay, we have an infographic here. And like I always say in my video, in my screen, these are infographics. They are going to pretty much say a whole lot of the stuff that I've already said and what I'm going to say. So instead of me reading through this infographic, when you come back to the video and read the article for yourself, you can read through this infographic. Give me a minute right quick. I'm gonna take me a little restroom break. Be right back. Just look at that. You can just be looking at that infographic till I get back. Okay, let me continue. Now, like I was saying, this infographic, to keep from being repetitious, I mean, you can look at it and see a whole lot of what I just went over. All right. The next topic from the table of contents. It's a modern job hunting using digital tools to find the best carrier. Stop using generic search bars that treat a trucking company like a local pizza joint. Generic sites often point you toward brokers or corporate offices that don't even have a parking lot for a tractor trailer. In 2026, the real hunt happens on specialized digital platforms where you can see the actual movement of freight. Finding the right carrier is about more than just a job posting. It's about verifying that a company has the work to keep you moving. You're entering a market with a projected, here we go again, 175,000 driver shortage. So you have the upper hand if you know where to look. Using technology to vet your next employer is a power move that most new drivers overlook. While you're researching companies, you should also be building your professional kit. Knowing the essential gear for new truck drivers and having it ready shows recruiters you're a serious professional, not just someone looking for a paycheck. Being prepared with gear from MATI Products proves you've done your homework on safety and cargo securement. You want to be the driver that carriers compete for, not just another name in a stack of applications. Researching carrier activity. All right. Seeing a carrier's name pop up daily on a load board isn't just noise. It's proof of financial stability. When a company is constantly moving freight, They have the cash flow to maintain their fleet and pay their drivers on time. By using 123 Load Board, and you can find this load board on this website too, you can see which carriers are dominating the lanes you actually want to drive. 123 Load Board helps drivers identify busy carriers by showing real-time load postings and freight density in specific regions. This data lets you cross-reference recruiter claims about consistent miles with the reality of the market. Like I said, you can scroll up this blog while you're reading it, or down, whichever the case. And at the top, across the navigation bar, you'll see at the end it say load board. That's 123 Load Board. That's how you, or you can just click here and you can access it, or just go back up there on that navigation bar where it say load board and click that link to say load board. And we're giving a 30-day free trial for anybody who signed up. We're giving you 30 days to use the load board free. Now, after those 30 days are complete, there is a charge. There's a monthly charge to use the load board. But I'm telling you now, take advantage of those 30 days. Get all you can out of it. The monthly fee is not that much, but take that whole month that we're giving you free and use it to your advantage. Okay, the application power move. Before you even pick up the phone to call a recruiter, get your paperwork in order. Most guys wait for the carrier to pull their MVR and PSP reports, but bringing your own shows you're a professional who values transparency. This is also the time to invest in yourself. Completing specialized training through the DLA Academy. You can access this too at the top of this, on the side of this blog, on one of those banners, or across the navigation bar. DLA Academy is what I'm talking about. But this is also the time to invest in your career. Completing specialized training through the DLA Academy can significantly increase your leverage when negotiating a starting CPM. Carriers are desperate for talent, but they'll pay a premium for someone who has already mastered advanced skills at the DLA Academy. We offer a whole lot of courses at this academy. And I'm talking about the same one you'll go to the DMV and take and pay $160 or whatever the case. You can get it for $20 here, like $20, $15. I think the lowest course might be like $15. And I think the highest might be like $60, if I'm not mistaken. Way cheaper than going to a DMV and taking it. Okay, proving your worth through the DLA Academy makes you a high value candidate from day one. You can master the application process by following our proven driver's roadmap. Okay, ready for day one. Essential gear for new truck drivers. You signed the papers. The keys are in your hand. The cab smells like a mix of industrial cleaner and the dreams of the driver who had it before you. But if you roll out of the yard with only what the carrier provided, you're setting yourself up for a long, frustrating week. Whether you're in a brand new $172,000 Class 8 sleeper or a reliable used model, your success depends on how you outfit your space. Assembling a professional kit of eccentric gear for new truck drivers is the first step in transitioning from a trainee to a master of the road. It's about preparedness, safety, and making sure you don't have to spend your hard-earned CPM on overpriced truck stop supplies. Okay, securement and safety gear. Never trust your life or your CDL to a carrier's leftover frayed straps. Most company provided gear has been beaten to death by drivers who didn't care. So you should supplement your kit with high quality securement tools from MIT Products. If you're hauling open deck, you need your own winch bars and edge protectors from MIT Products to ensure every load stays locked down tight. For a deeper dive into specialized equipment, check out our guide on the best flatbed trucking gear for 2026. Okay, beyond straps, visibility is your best defense against roadside accidents. Pick up professional grade flags and wide load lights from Truck and Tow. You can also find it. You can go right here to this link, click on here, or go to the top on one of the banners to take you to Truck and Tow. Truck and Tow and MIT Products are two of the main companies where drivers shop the most. But yeah, pick up professional grade flags and wide load lights from Truck and Tow to ensure you're compliant with every state's regulations. Having reliable maintenance tools from Truck and Tow, such as a heavy-duty tire pressure gauge and a fifth wheel puller, will save you hours of struggle in a dark lot. All right, personal comfort and connectivity. Your cab is your office, kitchen, and bedroom all rolled into one. Since eating out can drain $8,000 from your annual budget, a 12-volt fridge is one of the most eccentric gear for new truck drivers looking to stay profitable. A whole lot of these trucks come with that already in them. Your microwave, the refrigerator, all that. You also need to stay on the right side of the law regarding technology. As of February, listen to this closely. As of February the 7th, 2026, law enforcement can put you out of service immediately if your ELD is on the FMCSA's revoked list. Check your device quarterly to stay safe. Thankfully, as of June 22nd, 2026, you don't have to carry a printed operator's manual anymore. But you should still keep digital backups of all your documents. Yep. Still keep your backups. That's like when you go take a physical, a DOT physical now. We used to have to, after we have done the physical, we used to have to go to the DMV and let them submit it to the state. Now, I can't recall the date, but it's been recently. Now, when you go take your physical, your DOT physical, the doctor has to submit it right there, right then and there. The driver are no longer obligated to do that. Whoever did your physical at that doctor's office, it's on them now. And there was another law passed stating that you do not have to have that physical copy in the truck with you, because it's on a state wide website now where they can just pull it up and look at it. But like this article just said, still keep a copy in the truck with you just in case. Like if the system go down, if the state system go down, excuse me, and DOT pull you over, you'll still have a copy in the truck that you can pull out and say, okay, here go my physical, my long form physical. And they can still, see it right there. And you won't get, a violation for that. But I don't think, that you would get a violation being that it's on a state website. And it's not, if the site go down, it's not your fault the site went down. But still, to make a long story short, just keep a copy in the truck with you. Okay, transitioning to electronic DVIR has made inspections faster. But you still need a professional grade flashlight from Truck and Tow to see what the sensors might miss. Investing in durable cargo control from MIT Products and maintenance essentials from Truck and Tow ensures you're ready for whatever the 2026 freight market throws your way. Welcome to the community, driver. Let's get to work. Okay, master your path in the 2026 freight market. Finding a career in trucking isn't about luck. It's about preparation and knowing how to read the terrain. You learned that near me is a matter of hiring lanes and freight density rather than just an office address on a map. By vetting carriers through the SAFER portal and prioritizing modern equipment, you're protecting your CDL from the start. Success on the road requires more than just a license. It demands a professional mindset and the essential gear for new truck drivers that ensures every load is secured correctly. You aren't just a driver. You're the backbone of the economy, and you deserve a setup that reflects that level of responsibility. We provided veteran-led industry insights in 2021 to help you navigate these shifts with confidence. There should be 2026 right there. We are trusted by professional drivers for our direct links to carrier vetted equipment, including high quality tools from MIT Products. Ready to upgrade your professional setup? Shop our full resource list here. On this site, the site you're on now, like I say, the banners on the side, the navigation bar at the top. That's how you get to MIT Truck and Tow 123 low board. You can find it in those locations. Okay, frequently asked questions. How do I find out if a trucking company is actually hiring in my area? Okay, you can identify a carrier's active hiring zone by checking their official recruitment maps or searching specialized industry job boards. Physical office addresses are often misleading because a company based in another state might have high freight density right in your backyard. Using tools like 123 Lobo, here we go again, allows you to see where they are actually moving loads, which confirms if they have enough work to keep you busy in your home. The next FAQ. What is the best way to check a carrier safety record? A whole lot of this stuff we already went over it. The FMCSA SAFER portal is the industry standard for verifying a company's commitment to safety and equipment maintenance. You should look up their DOT number and see their CSA scores, specifically focusing on the vehicle out of service and driver out of service percentages. High rates in these categories suggest a culture that ignores maintenance or pushes drivers past legal limits. Is your CDL on the line? So verify these records before you sign any contract. Okay, are small trucking companies better to work for than mega carriers? It just depends. Small fleets often provide a more personal, fraternal atmosphere where you aren't just a number, but they may lack the extensive terminal networks of larger carriers. Mega carriers typically offer more robust training programs and newer equipment, which is helpful when you're just starting out. The best choice depends on whether you value a family-style environment or a high-tech or the high-tech resources and predictable freight lanes of a national operation with thousands of trucks. That's why I say it varies. It just depends. Every driver different. Every driver, ain't gonna like the same thing. Some drivers like smaller companies. Some drivers like bigger companies. Ask about, what questions should I ask a trucking recruiter during the first phone call? Ask about the hidden parts of the pay package, such as detention, layover, and breakdown pay, rather than just the base CP. You should also confirm their specific home time policy for your zip code and ask about the average age of their fleet. Don't forget to inquire if they provide the essential gear for new truck drivers, or if you're expected to bring your own security tools and safety equipment to the orientation. I will also ask about the insurance, health insurance, retirement policy, retirement plans, and other incentives, stuff like that. Because if you don't ask, they ain't gonna tell you. Someone won't. How much experience do most trucking companies near me require? Experience requirements vary widely, but many national carriers have finishing programs for new CDL holders with zero experience. In my throat. Hold on 1 minute. Okay. Experience. Okay, let's start over. How much experience do most trucking companies near me require? Experience requirements vary widely, but many national carriers have finishing programs for new CDL holders with zero experience. Specialized hauling or high-paying regional fleets often require 1 to 2 years of clean driving history. If you're looking to bypass these entry-level hurdles, completing advanced training at the DLA Academy, there we go again. A whole lot of stuff you can take and be already certified when you go to a trucking company. If you're looking to bypass these entry-level hurdles, completing advanced training at the DLA Academy can make you a more attractive candidate. Proving your skills through the DLA Academy helps you land better reading the road faster. Okay, can I work for a company if their nearest terminal is 200 miles away? Yes. You can absolutely work for a carrier with a distinct terminal as long as you live within their designated hire lane, right? You stay within 200 miles, you're good. Many companies allow drivers to take their trucks home or use local drop slots for resets during their time off. The key is ensuring they have enough freight density in your region so they don't have to deadhead you 200 miles just to get you home for a weekend or for the weekend. Okay, what essential gear for new truck drivers should I buy before my first day? It just depends. You should invest in a high quality flashlight, a tire pressure gauge, a professional grade securement tool, before your first solo trip. Buying your own straps and chains from MIT Products ensures you aren't relying on worn out company equipment that could fail an inspection. This is essential gear for new truck drivers. Combined with maintenance tools from Truck and Tow, helps you stay safe and compliant during your first weeks on the road. Okay, how does a company's CSA score affect me as a driver? It don't affect you. Unless you were pulled over, you did something, because if you get pulled over and get popped for something, it's going to affect you and the company. Okay, a company CSA score directly impacts how often you will be pulled in for roadside inspections at scale houses. Yep, that's true. If they come to have a bad score, DOT watches them. Almost every scale in the nation will pull you over if they got a bad CSA score. And you driving a truck with their name on the side. Oh yeah, they'll pull you in. If a carrier has a poor safety rating, DOT officers are more likely to target their trucks for level 1 inspections, which can eat into your driving time. Ain't nobody got time for that. Instead of putting it to a wait station, all because they come to have a bad record. Messing with your money. Working for a carrier with a clean record means fewer headaches and more time spent returning miles. It also reduces the risk of personal violations appearing on your PSP report. Okay, this is just my disclaimer. I'm not going to read that. You can read it when you come back to the website and read the blog. But this just protects me and my content. Any one of these social networking sites right here, you can share this blog to them. You can leave me a comment, your name, your email address. If you got a website, leave your website. And you can save all that stuff by clicking right here. And then you can post the comment. So that just about do it. They're just about gonna do it for today. Hopefully you got some out of this article. Like I said, you can go back and read it when you get a minute at your own leisure. But these are the banners I'm telling you about. Click here. That'll take you to MIT products. See there? A whole lot of equipment on there. Like I said, this is shoot between MIT and Truck and Tow, which is one for to show you next. This is where all the truck flatbed drivers shop. Okay, now let me take you here. See, that's Truck and Tow. Right now they have a safety apparel liquidation sale, 40% off. They give you a 10% coupon and all of that. But yeah, whole lot of good stuff. And this stuff is reasonable, not really expensive. Okay, you can go right here, click on this banner. This is where you'll find those courses I'm telling you about. So when you come back to the website, you can even pull your state up. When you come back to the website, just get in here, look around, and get certified. Or, like I was telling you, there's navigation bar at the top. Some of these links are the same as what I just showed you on the banner, but right here where you see it say courses, this is a totally different thing. Click there. See, you get more than 40% off your purchase. Then they have a timer that you gotta, beat to get, the deal. Go down through it. Pretty self-explanatory. Now on this particular site here, the courses are a little bit higher. You see $98.99 because they are different courses. They're not like what I just showed you on the other, course. But these are courses you take online. See, 252 lessons on that particular course, 6 hours. Certified and included. And the thing about it, once you take these courses, they send it straight to the DMV or to your state. You ain't got to do that. They send it straight there to show them that you're certified once you take that course. But that's one of them. But like I say, go to courses. You can scroll down through them. Hazmat, telehandler training. Let's click on that one. I used to haul these here. $50. But you can get trained. You can get trained online to run that thing right there. Just $50. If you went to a DMV or some other place that offered the same course, you're gonna spend $100 and something for it. I guarantee you. Depending on where you go. Okay. CDL hazmat. $60. I'll get that phone call a bit later. But yeah, just showing you some of the stuff that you can access on this site. And like I said, that wraps it up for today. I'm gonna get over here and call my wife back. She's trying to call me. But until then, y'all keep